What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here on the run, getting things done. And we gonna talk about Michael B. Jordan, talented actor. I like Michael B. Jordan a lot. I like the Creed movies, all three of them, even though Stallone kind of bowed out of the third one. He didn't want to be in it for his reasons. There's supposed to be a fourth one in development. I really hope that he'll be somewhere in the fourth one. He'll kind of be a mentor to Creed the way that he was, to Donnie the way that he was in the first two movies. So this isn't me hating on him in any way, shape, or form. I really like him as an actor. I like his stuff. And I might go see Sinners soon. I don't know. That seems to be doing okay at the movies. People are saying a lot of positive things about it. So I think I'm going to check that out. So yeah, I just want to get that out the way, let y'all know this is not me hating on him in any way. I really like him as an actor. This is about that women, they like him, but they don't. Women are saying that he's too nice. And they only really like him when he plays. Now, I don't know the role he's playing in Sinners, but apparently the role on there, women like him in that role. And I know they liked him a lot in the first Black Panther movie, being Killmonger. So there seems to be a level of toxic that you have to be for women to like you. You know, I figured this out a long time ago. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I got some toxic traits. I do. I've got some very toxic traits. You know, I keep them in check for the most part, but you know, it is what it is. When I was a younger guy, and this is how I know what he's going through, Michael B. Jordan. You know, I was a bit of a nice guy. And I was always a guy that girls that I went to school with found to be handsome. But I was the nice guy, and that made me a target. I used to get picked on by girls, man. Girls used to mess with me because I was just too nice. And I noticed that other guys, they didn't mess with them like that. And I figured that it was because they weren't so nice. So I kind of evolved a bit. I became a different person. I became Adonis. It's funny that the character that he plays, his name Adonis Creed, because that's like the person I became, Adonis. This was years before Creed, so it's got nothing to do with that. When I became Adonis, women loved me. You know, like when I stopped caring about certain things and just took on attitude, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't care if people like it or love it. Either way, I'm gonna just do whatever. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna date. I'm gonna spin plates, whatever it is. You know, I don't really care. I became considerably more popular with the ladies, but some guys, that's just not in them. See, that was in me. It was just buried. But some guys, that's not in them at all. It's not buried. It's just not part of who they are. And unfortunately, in our community anyway, they tend to be less popular with the ladies. Here you have a man here that's very successful. He seems, you know, like a good catch. He's got a career in Hollywood where he's doing well. But because he's a nice guy, he doesn't seem to be all that popular. At least not with the ladies. There's some that want him, but it seemed like more think he's just too much of a nice guy than who don't. And I'm afraid that, ladies, y'all gonna turn him into a Alfonso Ribeiro or Jaleel White. And that's where, successful as he may be and desiring black women as he might, he's not having any luck landing black women. You know, what was his last public relationship like? Lori Harvey? Man, poor guy. You know, we know that she is a man eater. Women love her. They seem to love the way that she moves. You know, they wish they could move like that. This is a way that when men move like this, they're called toxic. But when women move like this, they absolutely love it. When men move like this, though, even though they're called toxic, they love them for it. And I'm just afraid that y'all gonna turn him into one of the aforementioned guys where they're not having any luck dating their own, so they go elsewhere looking for it. And those guys, they get dragged for, y'all call it divesting. But had Jaleel White been able to get the black woman he desires, he never would have went elsewhere to begin with. If Alfonso Ribeiro would have been able to get the black woman he wanted, he never would have went elsewhere in the first place. You get what I'm saying here? Like, those guys, they go somewhere else because their preference, they're not able to find anybody that'll take them seriously. Y'all think they too nice, too corny, or y'all attach them to the characters that they play on TV, which I get it. You know, I do get it a little bit with that. But, I mean, you got to be willing to give people a chance. If you write off everybody as corny and stuff and then they go elsewhere, you can't get mad that they went elsewhere because you're not giving them a chance. They're not just going to be single the rest of their lives. They're just going to go somewhere else where they're appreciated and celebrated. So Michael B. Jordan is now the topic where women are talking about he's too nice. I've heard this before, but it's kind of popped up again recently. You remember before when he ran into that one chick that was it was like at some sort of PR event, and you know, he brought up how she called him corny back in the day when they was in high school, and she was like, no, that wasn't me. He's like, yeah, you called me the corny kid, because everybody used to laugh at him. You know, she mentioned why everybody used to laugh at him, and I understand. He was a short guy. His name was Michael Jordan. You know, that was just something that kids was gonna have fun with, regardless of whether he liked it or not. I mean, that was just, I'm trying to be fair here. When his parents decided to name him Michael Jordan, I mean, it is what it is. They pretty much gave the kids the stick to fight him with. He was absolutely gonna be made fun of for that reason alone. You know, some of the making fun was gonna be just in jest, but some of it was gonna be meant to, you know, bring him down, especially him being short. I don't really know of him playing any basketball either. It's just, you know, if you name your kid after a celebrity, you doing them a disservice. I don't care how much you may like the celebrity. If you name your kid after a celebrity, other kids is gonna come for them, man. It just is what it is. But I'm gonna leave it there, though, y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm hoping that Michael B. Jordan don't end up like the other two gentlemen that I mentioned. What do you guys think, though? I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.